You know the truth you avoid the most. You only discover who you really are when everyone leaves. Not when life is easy. Not when people cheer for you. Not when love feels warm and safe. But when you stand alone. When your phone is silent. When you cry in the dark and no one hears you. And if you're watching this, then hear this clearly. You've been hiding behind people, validation, attention, and fake strength for too long. You say you're strong, but only around others. You say you're independent, but your heart still breaks when someone doesn't value you. You say you trust God, but you panic the moment life tests you. Today's video is not about comfort. It's about truth. And the truth hits hardest when you're alone. Because this video is about what happens when a woman has no one but God. And before you even try to skip away from that sentence, let me tell you why you need to stay till the last second. By the time you reach the end of this video, you will understand the exact moment when a woman shifts from broken and waiting to untouchable and guided. You will learn the science-backed frameworks that turn emotional chaos into quiet power. And I will reveal one truth in the final moments. A truth most people never learn. The one insight that turns fear into discipline and loneliness into unshakable purpose. So if you're ready, let's begin. When a woman is surrounded by people, she doesn't notice what's breaking inside her. The noise masks the cracks. But when the noise stops, every flaw, every fear, every habit shows up like a mirror she can no longer escape. This is the moment where some women break, and others rise. But let's be honest, most trapped women don't rise. They fall into 3 cycles. Cycle 1. Emotional overthinking. She thinks every problem is her fault. She repeats old memories like a broken tape. She doubts her worth because someone else failed to see it. Cycle 2. Fake strength. She pretends she's okay. She posts quotes about being strong, but inside she's exhausted. Cycle 3. Attachment addiction. She gives too much. She forgives too fast. She settles for less because she fears being alone. If any of these sound like you, then you're exactly who this video is for. Here's the part no one tells you. Loneliness is not punishment. Loneliness is a reset. Loneliness is God separating you so He can rebuild you. But you resist it. You fight it. You run back to the same people who hurt you. Because chaos feels familiar, and healing feels uncertain. But the moment a woman stops running, something changes. She stops asking, "Why do people leave me?" and starts asking, "What have I been ignoring about myself?" And that question, that one question, is the doorway to confidence, discipline, and real strength. By the end of this video, you will learn how to stop emotional spirals in 10 minutes using a simple rule backed by cognitive science. Build discipline even when you feel weak, using identity-first discipline, a method that rewires your brain to act like the person you want to be. Break free from overwhelm using the micro-habit ladder, a technique that trains your mind to win even on bad days. But most importantly, you'll learn how a woman becomes unshakable when she realizes she is God, and that God is enough. You've blamed others for too long. You've waited for someone to save you. You've begged for attention that only drained you. You've lowered your value to keep people who didn't deserve you. And now life is forcing you to be alone. Not to punish you, but to show you that your strength was never theirs. It was always yours. Because a woman becomes powerful when she loses everything, except God, and then discovers she never needed anything else. In the next section, you will meet someone, a fictional woman, but her story is your story. Her mistakes are your mistakes. Her fears are your fears. Her excuses are the same ones that keep you stuck. She will show you what happens when a woman hits rock bottom, and how she uses the 10-minute rule, identity-first discipline, and the micro-habit ladder to rise again. By the time her story ends, you won't see yourself the same way again. And the final insight, the one waiting at the end, will shake your identity and rewrite how you see loneliness forever. Her name is Amina, and she looked strong from the outside. People saw her smile, her busy life, her constant giving. But no one saw the truth. She lived with a quiet fear that she tried to hide. She feared being alone. She feared silence. She feared facing herself. She built her life around people who gave her a sense of belonging, even if they drained her. She stayed busy so she did not have to think. She stayed loud so she did not have to feel. But life has a way of removing the things you depend on. One by one, the people she held on to disappeared. A friend got distant. A relationship ended. A family member became cold. And suddenly, all the noise that once covered her wounds went silent. Amina reached her breaking point one night. She sat on her bed, scrolling through her phone, hoping someone would text her. Nothing. She felt unwanted, forgotten, invisible. She asked herself the question she avoided for years. What is wrong with me? The truth hit her harder than anything. It was not the world against her. It was her own habits. She had no discipline. She had no boundaries. She had no identity outside of attention. She gave too much and expected people to fill the emptiness inside her. It worked for a while, but when those people left, the emptiness returned even deeper. She cried for hours that night, but in the middle of her breakdown, she noticed something. She realized there was no one she could call, except God. So for the first time in months, she spoke to him. Not with perfect words, not with a strong voice, but with honesty. She said she was tired of pretending, tired of chasing love, tired of being weak. And that honesty became the start of her transformation. Her real battle began the next morning. She woke up with the same pain, but instead of sinking into it, she tried something new. She started with the 10-minute rule. For the next 10 minutes, I will do one thing that makes me stronger. She cleaned her room for 10 minutes. She prayed for 10 minutes. She stretched her body for 10 minutes. She realized something powerful. She did not need motivation. She only needed a small start. 10 minutes created the momentum she never had before. Over the next week, she discovered the real reason her life kept breaking. She built her actions on emotions, not identity. If she felt sad, she did nothing. If she felt lonely, she escaped into her phone. If she felt unmotivated, she quit. So she shifted to identity-first discipline. She chose one sentence. I am a woman who takes control of her life. Every time she faced a task, she asked, what would that woman do right now? And little by little, her choices changed. She slept earlier. She walked instead of scrolling. She wrote her goals instead of running from them. She did it messy. She did it while crying sometimes. But she did it. The change was slow, so she used one more tool, the micro-habit ladder. She stopped trying to fix her whole life at once. She built her ladder one step at a time. Step 1, drink 1 glass of water in the morning. Step 2, write 1 line in her journal. Step 3, take a 10-minute walk. Step 4, read 1 page. These small steps made her feel capable again. And for the first time in years, she felt in control. But transformation does not happen without pain. 2 weeks later, she faced her biggest test. Someone from her past came back. The same person who drained her. The same person she once begged for attention. They wanted to talk again. Amina felt the old fear rising. The fear of being alone. The fear that made her hold on to people who didn't deserve her. She sat on her bed, staring at her phone, shaking. This was her moment. The moment every woman faces when she tries to change her life. The moment where the past pulls you back harder than ever. Amina closed her eyes and asked herself, what would the woman I am becoming do? Not the old version. Not the scared version. The new version. The version who stands with God, even when she stands alone. She blocked the number. She took a deep breath. And she cried again. But this time it wasn't the cry of weakness. It was the cry of release. Days passed, then weeks. She felt lighter. She felt present. She felt guided. She started trusting the silence. She started liking her own company. She stopped waiting for someone to understand her and started understanding herself. Her self-worth no longer depended on attention. Her peace no longer depended on people staying. Her strength no longer depended on someone choosing her. She finally realized the truth. When a woman has no one but God, she does not become weaker. She becomes clearer. She becomes sharper. She becomes someone who cannot be manipulated, rushed, controlled, or replaced. Amina's life did not change because she found new people. It changed because she found herself. And now it is your turn to face the same truth. If your life feels empty, if people left, if you feel lost, then you are standing in the same doorway she stood in. You can go back to your old patterns, or you can rise. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to fix your habits. No one is coming to rebuild your life. It has to be you. So here is the challenge. For the next 7 days, use the 10-minute rule, live with identity-first discipline, and climb the micro-habit ladder. Do it even if you feel tired. Do it even if your heart is heavy. Because the moment you choose action over emotion is the moment your life shifts forever. This is your turning point. What you do after this moment will decide who you become.